Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine the best sweet bourbon of all time from a list put together by Mash.com. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Old Man Bay, Bo Cumberland, and Kathy Cool.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Steve.
Hello. So, yeah, we're going to have a fun show today. We're going to be doing a bracket challenge, something from Mash.com, whatever they consider sweet. It's interesting because I look at some of these, I'm like, oh, that's a spicy one. But that's their list. It's not ours. We're just doing what we think is the best out of the list that they gave us. So, but before we get to that, Kathy said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Kathy?
Well, it's not necessarily a topic as much as it is a quiz for you.
Okay, quiz time. I like
yes.
quizzes.
So, besides having a lot of bourbon and horses, Kentucky also is known for having more of these than any other region. And you have to fill in what these are.
Tobacco barns. Tobacco barns.
Meth heads.
I was just about to say that, Steve.
Yeah, they do okay in that department. As do we in Missouri. We do.
What did you say?
Lesbians?
What?
Kentucky has the most lesbians?
They may.
I think that can't be vetted out. What does he know about that?
My daughter, never mind.
Oh, God. Does she live in Kentucky? Does your daughter live in Kentucky?
She could, according to, never mind. Move on.
Okay. It got weird. All right.
So meth heads.
Meth heads is coming so far. Tobacco barns.
Tobacco barns.
What else might Kentucky have?
Snake handlers.
Snake handlers.
That's actually a good one, Bo. That's a good answer.
That wouldn't be further south?
No, Appalachia right there.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of snake handling creatures.
Okay.
I feel like that'd be the right answer, though.
Think geographically.
Geographically.
Geographically? What, mountains?
Like, give us a different hint. Like,
Okay.
Is it a person, place, thing?
It's a thing.
Okay. Geographic thing. They have more.
KFCs.
That's not a bad guess. I would probably say yes. They have more.
We do need a lot of KFCs.
Tourist stops.
Tourist stops.
National parks.
Getting closer.
Signs that say bluegrass than anyone else. I bet you that's right.
Is it state parks?
No.
Lakes.
Should I just tell you?
Yes.
Forest.
Okay.
National forest.
What?
Caves.
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 That
Caves.
makes
Did you know that Mammoth Cave has only been explored for 400 miles of it? And there's more to it than that. They've explored 400 miles of a cave. And there's more to it that they haven't gotten to.
I wonder why
it has like a very creepy, interesting history too of people that like your first cave dweller people. It's interesting for sure.
the first cave dwellers. Yeah. Yeah. When the caveman came up from the dregs, he
They're all
didn't know what to do with the bacon and the eggs. He made toast.
Fun fact: I was a
toast.
cave tour guide at Merrimack Caverns.
Really?
You were.
Yeah.
So okay, this is fun. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like there now, but when I went there, and it wasn't that long ago, my daughter was born. So my daughter was, let's say 8 years old. She's 25 now. So say 17 years ago. What era are you talking, Old Man Bay?
1990.
1990. Okay. So
Yes.
yes, this should be. So at the
89.
end, there was a light show,
Yep.
but it wasn't controlled by any sort of computer or anything like that.
Nope.
It was just the woman flipping switches.
Light switches. Literally light
Yes,
switches.
like yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. And didn't they play like the Star Spangled Banner or something on the light?
Oh yeah. And it's the
And
biggest.
the home. She said
Yep.
of the
Yep.
bread.
Yep.
Okay.
And
okay.
it's before
You
you
did
as a tour guide, before you walk in, you have to turn on some lights. I got a light flickering here, by the way. I don't know if you can see that. You have to turn on the sprinklers to make it look wet because it's one of the oldest living formations on Earth.
No water in there, huh?
Oh, there's water in there. Oh yeah, there's water.
Sprinkler
in there.
water.
Okay.
Maybe off air, I could tell you all the stories. Everything isn't. Let me just tell you this.
Did you sign an ND?
Everything isn't what it seems at that cave. I can tell you that.
Really?
Absolutely.
Really? I wonder if they've updated the light show or if it's still just someone with switches.
It's probably still the same.
Probably is. Yeah.
The Torelli family, the Torellis, they own that.
The Torellis own that, huh?
Yeah. Do you remember the restaurant that was right there when you turned off the 44 to go down to the cave? There was a big restaurant there, and it had all those historical cars and everything inside of it. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That was theirs as well. That was his car collection until it burned to the ground.
Oh,
Oof.
okay. Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Hope
So
they
he's-
didn't have any bourbon in that building.
He's the only person who's worked at a cave here, I would guess. Yeah.
I've never worked in a cave.
I've never worked in a cave here.
I'm not afraid of caves, but I'm afraid there's snakes in them, so I avoid them.
Snakes go down in the caves? I don't think so.
No.
It's cold and wet. Why wouldn't they go there?
Bats.
Because it's
Bats.
cold.
It's
Bats
cold.
are
They don't like
fine.
cold. Caves are
They
cold.
live
They
in
don't like
holes in the ground. I thought they liked the cold.
No. They're reptiles.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
can't heat their own bodies, so they need
Right.
the warmth.
They need the warmth. Yeah, they don't want the cave. No cave.
So if I threw one in a cave, it wouldn't do.
You could
well.
probably
You
live
would
in a cave
probably
and you'd
get-
be fine. Yeah.
Really,
I'm going to become a cave person. This is exciting for me. Okay.
Yeah.
New.
That's
New.
nice. It's nice, McNew. All right. Well, guess what? On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Kathy this time. Kathy, what do you got there?
so I noticed on the list Jefferson small batch,
Okay.
so I pulled mine out.
Oh, that was good. That
Kathy.
was good. I wonder if it was a sound effect. It's almost like I heard Tim investigate this. I think I heard a cork pop before that cork pop. I there was like a secondary cork pop in there. It was like on the grassy knoll. I heard him. I don't know what I heard. Tim's got to investigate that. But it was a.
Cork pop was legit, but there was an echo.
But the echo happened before the noise, though. Usually an echo follows. I don't know. Of course, we're skipping Bobo's on medication. He can't drink. So, McNew, what do you got?
I have some 1792 bottled and bond.
No, Kathy's got the lead. I'll go next. I've got Castle and Key. No, nothing going on there. Last but not least is Old Man Bay. Old Man Bay, what do you got?
Continue with my trip to Michigan. I have Journeyman Distillery Last Feather Rye Whiskey.
Okay. Wow, that was good. Not as good as Kathy's, so. Not as good as Kathy's.
Of course.
Kathy wins. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be playing this game of what is the best sweet bourbon based on a list from MASH.com. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have a bracket challenge for the best sweet bourbon based on a list from mash.com.
Yes, we do. So here, who is on their list? Again, we didn't put this together. So this is put together by mash.com. Jefferson Small Batch, Blanton's, E.H. Taylor Small Batch, Elijah Craig Small Batch, Woodford Double Oaked, Early Times Bottled and Bond, Angel's Envy, and Garrison Brothers Cowboy. It's so unique to me that there's not like a weeder on here. You know, there's not anything that would be like, oh, that's a nice sweet. No,
I was confused
these
about
are high rye bourbons.
There's no weeders. There's no wine barrel finished. There's
I
nothing
know.
that screams.
Well, the Angel's Envy, but yeah, Angel's Envy.
That's the only one.
Right. This is a very weird list to me. And then you throw Cowboy on there. So, okay, you got all these regular, Elijah Craig and all that. Now you're going to throw a $300 bottle on there too? Completely a weird fucking list.
I think whoever does this list at Mashed, and it's Mashed, not Match, because you guys saying it sounds like Match.com.
Mashed.
Mashed. Whoever does this list has some sort of relationship with Garrison Brothers.
Could be.
Because they show up a lot.
They show up a lot. Maybe Dan Garrison's a writer for Mash.com. So.
He has like what is the writing name? A pen name. And he's like, I'm an article today.
I'm a writer. Yeah. All right. So it looks like this. Elijah Craig versus Blanton's is going to be a matchup. Then Jefferson's versus Angel's Envy. Then Garrison Brothers, the Cowboy, of course, versus E.H. Taylor Small Batch. Again, a spicy bourbon. Woodford Double Oaked versus Early Times Bottle and Bond. All right. Elijah Craig versus Blanton's, round number 1. Which is the best sweet bourbon? Kathy, you're first.
Blanton's is a single barrel. It could be okay.
This is a crazy list.
I'm not gonna argue the list. I'm gonna play the list. I'm gonna play the list as it lays.
Yes, that's all we can do.
I'm gonna go with Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig goes up 1-0. Next up is Old Man Bay.
Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig goes up 2-0 over Blanton's. Oh, what do you think?
I'm gonna give Blanton some life.
Blanton's has life in this game. McNew, what do you think? Elijah Craig or Blanton's? Best
So
sweet bourbon.
I have a personal pet peeve when people say Blanton's, like it's not a fucking single barrel. So every Blanton's you get is very different. So I'm going to go with Elijah Craig.
That means Elijah Craig moves on. Okay. Next up is Jefferson's versus Angel's Envy. Round number 2, Jefferson's versus Angel Envy. Old Man Bay, you're next.
Oh, without a doubt, Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy goes up 1-0. Bo. Do you like what Old Man Bay did you there? He was like, oh, without a doubt. I think Bo's frozen.
Is Bo frozen? Is he okay?
He's either really pondering. I mean,
His face was stuck in
serious.
it.
he was
very
stuck
much-
in a very pondered look, too.
I
thought
know,
maybe-
he was giving it some serious thought.
Oh, yeah. I think he's back to being stuck. Oh, okay. He's max headroom in us is what he's doing right now. Okay.
Sorry. So I said Angel's Envy. I guess you didn't hear me.
No, we didn't hear you.
No.
Okay. Angel's Envy is up 2-0 very quickly. Next up is McNew.
I'm a big Jefferson's fan, but it doesn't make sense to me on this list. Angel's Envy makes sense to me on this list. So I'm going to go Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy. Okay. Yeah. Again, I don't know that we're necessarily saying what is the best sweet bourbon here. We're saying what mashed.com says is the best sweet bourbon. So we have to keep that in mind. We have to keep that in mind.
I think you need to rewrite a show, Steve, with what we would do for the best.
I know. I would have a bunch of
bourbon.
weeders in there. I
Redo
know
this
that.
bracket. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Garrison Brothers Cowboy, because Garrison has to be on every list Mash.com uses, versus E.H. Taylor. E.H. Taylor. Okay. Round number 3. Bo, you're first.
Oh, I'm gonna go with E.H. Taylor.
E.H. Taylor goes up 1-0. What do you think, McNeil?
I don't think E.H. Taylor is sweet, but that's also going to be what I go with.
Yeah. Me too. I don't think E.H. Taylor's sweet, but I can't vote for Cowboy. And again, I think Cowboy's great. I those last couple releases have been incredible. But it's just in a different price frame, and I think it's equally as spicy as E.H. Taylor. So I got to go with the close to everyday drink. Again, it's allocated; it's tough to find. People pay stupid prices for E.H. Taylor, so I don't know. But that's what I'm going for here. So E.H. Taylor moves on. Next up is Woodford Double Oaked versus Early Times Bottled and Bond. A very good offering, yet very spicy. Round number 4, McNew, you're first.
So I have actually called Double Oaked like dessert in a bottle. This
Right.
one does deserve to be here, so I'm going
I
to go
agree.
Woodford Double Oaked.
Woodford Double Oaked. Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily a huge Woodford Double Oaked fan, but I think in the spirit of the list, I think it captures it better. So I'm going to go Woodford Double Oaked. Kathy, what do you think?
I'm
Woodford
going to
Double Oaked?
close it out. Double oaked belongs there.
Double Oaked moves on. Okay, our final 4 looks like this. Elijah Craig versus Angel's Envy, and then E.H. Taylor versus Woodford Double Oaked. Round number 5, I'm first. Elijah Craig or Angel's Envy? I think Angel's Envy is, to me, a sweet, whether or not it should be called bourbon. That's yet another show we should have, because I don't think it should be called bourbon, but that's what we recognize it as, I guess. So Angel's Envy is what I say. So Kathy, you're next.
Yeah, I don't see it going any other way.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to go
Elijah
any
Craig
other way.
is a high rye spicy bourbon. That's what it is.
So should we pick the superior bourbon on the list?
It's up to you.
Or do we pick the sweeter bourbon?
Mashed.com is set it up where they're making you make some tough choices.
I'm going with Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy is up 2-0 very quickly. Old Man Bay.
Angel's Envy.
Angel's Envy moves on. Boy, Dan Garrison's pissed right now. I write for this publication, and this is the shit I get. All right, round 6, E.H. Taylor versus Woodford Double Oaked. E.H. Taylor versus Woodford Double Oaked. Round number 6, Kathy, you're first.
I drink double oaked on occasion. I find it very chocolatey. I'm going to pick it.
All right, Double Oaked goes up 1-0. Old Man Bay.
I agree. I would go with the Woodford Double Oak.
Double Oaked is up 2-0. Bo, what do you think? Double Oaked is up 2-0. You can give E.H. Taylor life in this game, or you can close this thing out.
Close it out.
Close it out. That means Double Oaked moves on.
One of the fastest bracket challenges ever.
Well, there hasn't been much debate in terms of the choice.
No.
This is finally These two are at least sweet. I'll give it. These are the two that were sweet.
Yeah.
I think we've got the best final two that we could use. Again, using a list that we didn't put together. So Angel's Envy versus Woodford Double Oaked. This is the it all comes down to this. Old Man Bay, you're first.
Angel's Envy is one of the first bourbons I ever had, and whether you say it's a bourbon or not, I'm going with Angel's Envy.
Right. Angel's Envy goes up 1-0. Bo, what do you think? Angel's Envy or Woodford Double Oaked?
I am a huge Woodford Double Oak fan, so I'm definitely going Double Oak.
Double Oaked has tied it up. McNew, what do you think? Angel's Envy or Woodford Double Oaked?
I very much like both of these, but I'm also going to go with double oaked.
Double Oaked. I'm going to go the other way because to me, I'm not a fan of either one of these actually, but I'll say that for new bourbon drinkers, Angel's Envy is one that I recommend. Or people that don't drink bourbon. I've got like some friends that are like, I'm wine drinkers. I'm like, try this. You might like it. And then maybe it'll
It's
lead
very
you
easy to
bourbon.
convert wine drinkers with that one.
Yes, it's familiar to them. So, and it's sweet. So, I'm going to go Angel's Envy. So that means we've tied it up. So it all comes down to Kathy. The whole show is right here. We could have chucked out the rest and just said, Kathy, what's the better one of the?
I love when this happens.
So it's up to you.
I know, right?
You have
She
all
just
the-
looks like an angel there. So
Oh. Well, so Angel's Envy was one of my earlier bourbons that I drank. I'm a bigger fan of the Double Oak though, and I'm gonna stand up for it. I'm gonna take it home.
There you go. That means
okay,
Woodford
you don't
Double
look
Oak
like an
is our
angel
champion.
anymore.
Yeah, Woodford Double Oak is our champion. No matter as wrong as we think that choice was, we have to live with it, folks.
I think it was a good choice. Neither of those choices would have been wrong. They were the only two right ones on the whole damn list.
Right.
I agree.
So,
Right.
Yeah. At least we didn't, name, E.H. Taylor or, one of these super spicy bourbons.
So I'm drinking Jefferson Small Batch, and it definitely has an anise flavor in it.
Right.
There's nothing sweet about
It's not a sweet one, no.
that at all.
And that's not a blast on Jefferson's. It's good.
No, it's a good bourbon.
It just should have been on that damn list.
I really want to know, who wrote this list, and did they
Bill
try?
Garrison.
Did they,
Dan Garrison. He thought, I could beat all these,
have they had these, or they were just like, this is a name I know, I'm going to add it to the list.
Yeah. It's weird. That's why I chose it. It was a weird list to me. So
It does make it a lot of fun.
I feel like we did good, though. We picked the two.
I think we did good. So at the end of the day, we did okay. Kathy, where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at KK Cask Strength.
All right. Old Man Bay.
On all your favorite social medias at Old Man Bay Signs.
Fair enough. Bo.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube under my journey through the American Spirits. Also, Bourbon Sasquatch.
All right. McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, we do our blogs out there. We've got so much more going on, abvnetwork.com. And come by and see us. We like to hang out at the ABV Barrel Shop in Arnold, Missouri, a St. Louis suburb. Old Man Bay's down there quite a bit. He should be there more. Hopefully, he will be soon. So check us out at abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Finance. We'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Cheers.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.